a porno in a porno theater.
Yeah,
like
I refuse to look deeper into it because there's one thing you guys are not talking about right now, though. Everyone knows that there was the theater incident.
Yeah.
I'm not going to look it up because I don't want to know.
Yeah.
But no, supposedly he got caught with after
some
that
stuff.
caught with child pornography at some point.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Going on a fishing trip, and they were like, you know, we got big ass fish now.
Ooh.
Okay.
But like I said, it's kind of R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Pee Wee. You don't want to know. Jesus Christ. How many of our...
Yeah, I accidentally took it out of the slot. That's why it came off.
Oh, look what you did.
I got one of these bad boys at home, so I got it back.
So he doesn't know how to use it, clearly.
Shut the hell up, dude.
I'm just busting your balls. People tear them off all the time, and it's because I bought cheap shit, if we're going to be honest
Yeah.
about it.
That's why he said he has it at home. Because we all have the cheap shit.
Jay, we're going to you go right over there. Y'all get this.
I'm the producer that sits in the lab.
I squeezed you in on this. Y'all just going to have to interview each other and share the mic.
But I'll be that guy from the Tom Cruise show. He just sits and drinks
Well, be that guy then. But we're already going. We've been rolling, rocking in the house with Clot and Jay Crash, Terminus Hate City.
What's up?
He's Jay's in a grand mood today.
I am.
But no, man, you guys fucking rip. One of the first times I got to see y'all was when we met at the Earl
Yeah.
a couple weeks back.
Liturgy show.
No, that wasn't the first time I seen y'all. Doesn't matter. You guys fucking own. You fucking rip. And most importantly, you're so nasty sounding and so fucking brutal on stage. The name Clot is when first time I saw the name, I was like, I just know what that's gonna sound like. And you did not let me down at all. When did y'all decide the name Clot? Whose idea was that? And when did that come along?
It was my idea because I had a stroke when I was 24. So I had a clot in my brain.
Holy
and
shit.
Ever since then, I was like, that'd be a sick band name.
When we were spitballing the names, I think that was one of the first ones. I don't think it was the first one. I think it was one of them.
It was in the
we went
first
back and
batch.
forth a very small amount, but I was like, man, it just kind of works. Like,
It's-
let's just do
It's
it. It's a good
perfect.
name.
It's nasty. Who
Yeah.
drew the logo?
Sasha, our buddy Sasha.
His name is Sasha Shilbreck Cole. He tattoos. Moving the mic
In
away from my
town.
face. He tattoos, and he's the drummer for that band Malevich.
Yeah.
Yep.
That whole crew, everybody in our scene, and there's so many people that you can hook up with to get stuff recorded or get art done or get shit printed or whatever. You don't have to go too far to find cats that can hook you up and take care of it.
Not at all. And for us, like a lot of that shit's in house. Our drummer designs pretty much all of our, well, actually all of our merch. And our guitarist Daniel prints it at Danger Press. So we kind of got a self-sufficient operation going.
And you get that quick turnaround like that too.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome shit.
It's really nice.
Do y'all like to do like limited run shirts, and that way you just keep them going, and that way you have a fuck ton of shit out there?
Kinda. We've re-upped probably about once on everything, and then we let it be done. Beyond that, though, where we try to keep it cycled out.
It's
Try
not
to keep fresh stuff.
It's not intentionally limited. I think we've just been trying out a few different designs just to start.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just like
Help him with that mic stand tapes.
yeah, a little bit of assistance.
England.
But yeah, it's mostly just kind of by like design right now.
Gotcha.
Just trying
I've
a few
talked.
shirts out, all
I've
the
talked to a
first
lot of
shirts.
bands, and they seem to be having good results with actually purposely and letting everybody get into the groove. Their fans knowing we're release shirts by the 50. They're all limited. If you want it, you better get it, and it creates a drive. And the real fans will buy all of them.
It's true.
And it's so hard for bands to facilitate being on the road and doing stuff. That merchandise is pretty much the number one way we get things done. And I was like, man, that's a unique way to ensure you're going to do so, because at least your diehard fans, they'll be there to help keep you going, but you got to do the work to have
Diehard fans.
well, diehard fans, and then also it's work to do the inventory and get it out there
100%.
and show them, hey, I have a new item, I have this cool thing to offer you guys, and keep it cool too. You can't just be mailing it in with dog shit.
Yeah, no, and thankfully the feedback to what we've put out thus far has all been quite positive. So I think we're definitely not on the dog shit side of things.
No, I mean, I didn't know you ain't gonna be on the dog shit side of things. You're working with J.O. here, and
Of course.
so that's why. Speaking of putting things out, how long ago did y'all all get together? When did you hook up with Terminus? When did you bring them on, Jay?
I think we announced in February.
Yeah, I was looking back at it the other day, and I think it was about. I know we were definitely talking in January. It
Yeah.
was like before, like roughly January. I think that y'all had approached like,
Prior.
like we had kind of set a meeting. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
I think February-ish was when we announced and everything.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Have y'all been enjoying that? I mean, you seeing, is
We got
Jay doing
Don't ask
anything?
him that.
Is Jay doing anything for you?
we got vinyl in hand, and it's beautiful, and it sounds fucking pristine. We are so fucking happy with it.
Did y'all see the other? There was I found another color in there.
Are you serious?
Really?
It's like black or like blackish, like.
Oh no.
Wait, actually, let me
Yeah.
Black is the absence of color.
Is it like kind of smoky or something? Because the pressing that we saw is like this red, like kind of dark crimson with black streaks in it. It's really nice.
So the vinyls they're colored mixed vinyls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is like
Oh, cool.
That's like clear smoke almost.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we had not
that's-
seen
I
this.
think
So I
that's
guess
the name they
there's
call it.
mystery variants in there as well.
Yeah, I can definitely, look through.
Yeah, goody. We should look
We've
through.
opened
trade,
up like 3. and we were
trade
like,
colors
all
and
right,
shit.
Cool color.
I was gonna do you're gonna trade them like
Looks weird.
pogs and shit. back
Yeah,
in the
they're
day.
180 gram. They feel
swipe
fucking
left.
great. They sound great. I'll just say they sound better than the digital. So
Really like that nice pop and that crackle.
it
the
just
warmth.
flows. It flows so fucking well.
That's one of the things that's it was so weird to me back when in our revolution, or not revolution, just rundown of fucking time. This generation starting to get into vinyl. And
Yeah.
like maybe 15 years ago, it seemed like it started. I immediately did not get it. I mean, I always liked listening to vinyl. It has its unique sound, but it sonically is not as good as that's why it's been left in the past. That's why.
I love
And-
the pops.
I do. It's a nostalgic sound, but
Yeah.
whenever I'm wanting to listen to quality, and then somebody will put on a fucking LP and be like, "Check out, listen to this, and listen to the tone of this," I'm like, "Don't you got a fucking good digital version I can listen to, so I can really listen to? If you want me to listen to the tone and all this and that, because all I can hear is the discrepancy."
See, I would lean the other way. I feel like you get a much deeper feel from a record, pops and all. But
I think
Teach their
in the old time, especially mono recording and stuff like that, you definitely got that because the performances were raw. You didn't have Pro Tools, so with all the LPs you get from back in the day are a more warm and truthful performance because they had no choice.
fair enough.
You know,
Yeah.
so that maybe that's something too. Is when you're listening to modern recordings on an old school, maybe that's my thing. I'm just like, what the fuck are we doing here? You triggered your drums and then you mixed them down. What the fuck are we doing here?
We don't have any drums.
No, but no, I had a guy tell me that one day. And I was like,
What's the point?
what are you doing here, bro?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
I'm definitely more in the middle because I think it just kind of depends on what we're listening to.
Yeah,
There's some
Oh,
records,
yeah, for sure.
I think, like obviously with digital, it has the potential to sound the best quality wise because there's not really as many limitations. But like, I think the way like the noise distorts through vinyl
mm-hmm.
cuts through better like with our record because we've been listening to the shit out of it obviously since we finished it, and then it's all been digital. It started as demos into rough mixes into the final mastered versions, and we're bumping it on like Google Drive like constantly, and then sitting down with like the record of it, I was like, oh man, because of the limitations of vinyl that you got to work with and because of like that analog approach and like the amplifiers literally doing it instead of like a straight up just processor or something.
Well, that makes
It is cool because you're like, oh, the noise is like noisier and it works. And there's some records that I'm sure do sound like dog ass on
Well,
vinyl.
yeah, you got rid of one because there was a live record that you had that on
yeah.
record you were like, this is unlistenable.
Yeah, it sucked.
Yeah.
So it depends, man. That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'm like, some records sound great on vinyl, others sound not.
No, I
as
think
good.
you just nailed it exactly.
Yeah,
that.
depends.
Yeah.
And then if you're just a collector, neurotic collector like we are for them, then you're just gonna like the hunt of trying to find.
That's
shit.
what I think is the things missing that I miss the most, because I mean I'm just a little bit older than you guys, but I remember going to the store and buying based off of covers.
I still do
caught
that.
that.
Yeah. So like the shop in town, Ella Guru, is like mostly all used stuff, and it's like a ton of like experimental stuff I've never heard of. So I'll just go in there and buy a bunch of cheap used stuff that I've
That's
just
awesome.
think
'Cause
looks
not
cool.
nearly enough people still do that.
Yeah.
I wish there were more fans that still did it. The average Joe, because that was the thing. You get it, and then the smell of new vinyl, or even CDs. I remember when I was probably 11 years old, I got an ICP album. My friend told me,
Hell
like,
yeah.
"You got to get this shit, bro."
Hell
And I
What
got
album?
it. I fuck.
Yeah, which album? Yeah.
I can't remember.
Name 3 songs.
Name 3. Oh, you're a real fan. Name 3
Big
songs.
fan. Big fan.
Chicken hunting, magnets. I don't think it's called that.
But I remember
Miracles.
opening the CD, and it was so fucking new of an album, and I guess maybe the artwork, so many pages in the booklet when you get, but the smell of ink came off of it, and it smelled like cake makeup. And I remember questioning and being like, do I smell a clown in here? I don't know, but it just.
They went the extra mile. They
I
really
just think
committed,
I
yeah.
just think it was the fresh print, but
Yeah.
it still worked. It felt cool, and so doing cool shit with releases is always cool.
Trying to, yeah.
I remember having a conversation with Martin Adkins from Pigface and fucking Ministry. He played with a bunch, but he went out on tour a while back, about 10, 15 years ago, writing books and stuff on helping underground bands tour and just all with tons of advice along the way of what you're going to need to do that.
Cool, yeah.
And he was talking about limited edition albums and shit like that when you're doing it. He's like, dude, anything cool to make your say you got an EP.
Yeah,
Literally,
yeah.
go take this thing. Go find you 100 of this things and to take pictures of it and randomly post it in some of your artwork and stuff along the way, and then cellophane that motherfucker 100 of them to your album, and then they get them and then they see what that little thing was. It's like, it could be a Lego.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. Just do that extra mile of something to add, make it cool. And I always thought that. It's like,
I love a good tchotchke. So
Yeah.
I think that is coming back a little bit since the pandemic. People are getting a little more like there's this band called End It that I saw is like selling knives with their band name on the handle.
okay.
Yeah, like that shit's
Get
wild.
in the pit.
Yeah, right. Like that shit's wild, but at the same time, I'm like, it's kind of cool. It caught my attention.
Yeah, I bet it
Entirely.
did. I bet
So,
it is.
yeah.
A promoter, it'd catch my attention too.
There's a real old piece of full of hell
It may
merch.
just be an online item.
I didn't even know that they made this. It's so old, but it's because a friend in another band posted it on their Instagram story. It was a full of hell, and I think the body knife,
Yeah.
pocket knife. I tried to buy it off him, and he wouldn't let me. I was like, I'm trying to trade this for another band knife, dude. I'm like, there's more of this. How many bands are making knives?
Anti-Scene has knives, or
Oh,
had,
shit.
or had some. I don't know if they still run them or not. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
What's some other cool
Goes
merch
hard.
that you ever release? Any cool merch, collab stuff?
I want to release cooler merch now. So I mean, we really haven't done anything really.
It's
you
tough to know what
uh,
will work.
Yeah, like it is tough to. Oh shit! It is tough to know what will work. But I think that doing different stuff. I wanted to do like kind of slides and stuff like. I really like the whole metal, taking like the brand like luxury brands and like turning into like fucking what was it, like I think Lorna Shore or whatever ripped off like Louis Vuitton or something, or one of those bands.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of want to do something like that. Get some nice like slides we were talking about. That's not really anything different though. I've seen bands do that shit.
We learned there's a company called Clot, I guess, that partnered with Jordans, like Air Jordans, and we found a shirt that has the Air Jordan logo on it that says Clot on it, and it's wild.
shit.
The slam dunk. and
Yeah,
it says
yeah.
Clot.
So we're gonna try to do something with that probably at some point, because that's just wild that it already exists. For one, we thought it was like somebody made it themselves, but then Googling it, it's like a real collab thing. So yeah,
I have seen
Sounds sick.
Neon Warlords the other night. They had, and I've seen other bands do this, but retro gaming systems, they had their cassette inside of was it like
Sega Genesis
Sega Genesis,
cartridge
yeah.
box.
Yeah, yeah.
That was
those
cool.
are kind of cool. And
That's cool.
I've seen other bands do something like that. So I mean, I think kind of especially now with the new generation obsessed with a lot of the old generation, old world shit, then kind of playing on that as a metal band, goes hand in hand. I mean,
Right.
I've seen bands release like D&D manuals and stuff.
Oh,
of
that's
like
cool.
their lyrics, but it's like in the style of a D&D manual.
Or
and
maybe
stuff
like
that.
some die with like
Yeah.
their logo as one of them.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Like as the 6 or something. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah.
the rules. I don't know where it would make sense to have it, but
Yeah,
We're gonna work on it at
cool.
some point, but I'm totally ripping this idea off from a friend, because I bought a grinder that just had his band logo on it because they were just selling them as like regular merch. And I was kind of like,
the grinders and like
Damn, that would
rolling
work.
papers and stuff.
it would work well with our
a
logo.
lot of bands
too,
are doing that.
Just
It
having
works.
The circular already.
oh no, I've
just-
had band ones. I had a Black Dahlia back in the day.
Yeah,
I've
it
had
rules.
ones, yeah. We were on
That
tour with doing some Devil Driver stuff back in there, a little short run. Part of what they ran at Municipal Waste was out on the tour with them, and we had Legion X, our band. We had beer funnels, and this
Oh, boy.
is
Hell
like
yeah.
15 years ago. And crazy enough, Municipal Waste, we were all setting up merch and like, wait, you guys got funnels? That's fucking genius.
I was gonna say like
And that was my introduction
they're
to
kicking
them
themselves for
to-
not having thought of it.
Well, I'm sure they have at this point because
Yeah.
I mean that was my introduction to their band. I didn't know anything about them. We're meeting at load in and shit, and then come full circle. I'm like, oh, that is the funnel,
The funnel band.
So yeah, as soon as they seen that, I'm sure they rolled them in. But bars wouldn't let us use it. They would let us sell them, and then they would because
Fair.
they're like, we have to be pouring the beer, and our fans were like, well, pour it on in, buddy.
It's a liability, I would assume, at some point.
Yeah, but I mean, some of these fuckers at shows are slamming them so quick. And what's the difference?
I get it.
I guess the potential picture moments are the difference.
Yeah, 100%.
So you guys are getting ready to go out on tour
Mm-hmm.
very soon, next week or so. When
This
is-
week, we're
this-
leaving on Friday.
leaving
yeah.
on Friday. Any special, since we're on talking about emergency stuff, y'all taking anything special out with this?
I mean, the record, we will finally have the vinyl and the tapes to sell at the merch table, which we've been wanting. So that's really exciting.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, this will be the first time we've had either of them. So it's really rad.
Do y'all have avenues for when somebody buys the physical stuff, like a way to get a digital copy as well? To listen
Yeah,
to
I
them?
was planning on printing off Bandcamp digital codes
Okay.
to
Yeah.
slip into the records.
Oh, that's very cool. Very
Yep.
cool. Because that's the other thing. I know, once again, that it's a big market for it, but I've talked about this on the podcast before, and I still got to say it again. Bands out there, when you're sending out stuff, don't give promoters your fucking tape. We don't want to be an archaeologist and have to fucking play Indiana Jones to go find shit just to listen to your
Yep.
probably shitty demo.
Send a digital.
Send a digital one,
Yep.
please. And I want to be surprised and like it.
Yeah.
Don't make me
exactly.
pissed off before I even go into it.
Fair enough.
So where's the run? Where else the run going to be taking you guys?
We're starting in Asheville. That's this Friday, the 18th.
I'm the worst person to ask for this. I don't stay on top of any of our.
I
just
could
pay attention to
probably-
dates.
I could probably name it all. So we're hitting Asheville. We're hitting Richmond, Virginia. We're then going to Baltimore, and then hitting New York, Philly, New Jersey, Ohio, Memphis, Nashville, and South Carolina.
You mean Memphis, Tennessee?
Memphis.
Tennessee?
Memphis, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are y'all playing with Noel in Memphis? Or?
No, they're going to be, I think they're actually going to be out of town. We are playing with our friends in Seeing Hell, who rule. We played with them last time we played in Memphis.
Are y'all going to do the whole run by yourself and pick
Yep.
stuff up, or there's nobody collabing with y'all on it?
Mm-mm.
Is this
No.
the first time y'all done that, a single run like that by yourself, this large?
This is our longest one as a band, yeah. But this will be our third run, and this is the longest, and we've done them all by ourselves so far. So
Lonely on the road. It's actually funner doing them by yourself, I realize, because you end up getting to a point where you're trying to caravan with people, and then you realize that nobody gives a fuck.
a lot of
about-
scheduling.
You
and-
just
yep.
like go,
You
and
stop
then
being upset at like the show turnout because you don't have to split it.
Yeah.
That's where I was at. I was like, man,
That is the truth too.
most of my tours that I've done, I haven't done like a crazy amount, but the touring that I've done has mostly been with other bands, and it's really just the Clot runs so far. The 2 weekenders in this tour that are like primarily alone. I'm like, oh my god, it's so much easier doing this, man.
End of the night, you don't have to just deal with 2 and 3 tour managers and all these
if you
people.
play to 30 people in a bar, you just get all that money. You don't have to split 30 people's worth of money.
Well, that's that's the shame. The elephant in the room in those situations, though, when you're out on tour with multiple bands and you're playing in front of 30 people, we got to reevaluate this thing. We're here a little too soon.
Yeah,
the carriage before the horse. And
thankfully, actually, our out of town runs have been really good for us thus far.
They just didn't end in the red, and that's great.
Yeah,
shit, man.
Awesome.
That's 100%. That's all you can ask.
We
for,
paid
dude.
off our van rental. We weren't in the red. Like it was
Van
great.
rental and
Then
gas, and we had money after.
Yeah.
A minor loss is a major success in with unsigned touring.
I'm gonna knock on wood real quick about the upcoming one, but yeah,
Knock with you.
because we're 2 for 2 so far. So let's go for 3 for 3.
But the end of the show, you're going to be having the official album release at the Earl.
And that's on the 31st, yeah. And that's with our good friends who we met through Jay in Slug Crust, and then our local pals in Lost Hours and Popeyes.
I know that's going to be a good one. I cannot for the life of me not hear Popeyes and think of Poop Eyes.
Popeyes?
I just think of Popeyes.
I always hear Popeye. Yeah, Popeyes.
I thought it was Popeyes for the longest because it's like their Instagram is Pop. I guess.
It's Popeye.
Well, does it say Popeyes? No, I think it says Pope. Pope X Eyes. Or
you're right.
In the middle, there's like an X in the middle. So I guess I just read it wrong.
That no space on Instagram will throw a name off in a minute.
They did a good job. They did a good job because they're getting a lot of airtime of us talking about them. So.
Yeah,
that's true.
Great.
That's all
they are genuinely fucking great.
No,
I love
dude,
that band.
I love what most people would think is a shitty band name. That whole deal is the best thing ever. I mean, you just go back to biggest band in a long time and worse than Korn. How do you get away with Korn? Oh no, bro, we're gonna do it with a K
and a backwards R.
I wonder if that idea came 10 minutes later or like next day at practice. They're like, all right, so what we think about this Korn thing? Everybody's like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna put it down. And then somebody's like, but wait, Billy Mays in the house.
Yeah, let's flip that R around.
Have you ever heard any of the rumors and stories of why their name is Korn, where Korn came from?
I've heard one thing, but I don't fully recall exactly what that was.
I heard of multiples, but this one I've heard was the confirmed one, and it's awesome and horrible all at the same time. Just run it with the quickness. There's no way to cherry coat it. They were watching, like in the studio or just hanging out at Wood Boys, watching random nasty ass porn on the TV, and there was some anal sex going down. And as soon as the girl got done getting railed out, she shit, and there was a big piece of corn, or maybe there was a corn on the head of the dude's dick when it came out. So their joke amongst their friends forever become
that is, I
just walk up to your boy and be like, "Hey, what's up?" And just be looking at you. Might be talking to a girl at a bar, and just be like, "Hey, man." Korn.
Yeah.
And after a couple years of that, then they started a band. Like, what could be the name for our band? And everybody's like, well, how about Korn?
Damn. Yeah, that one I do recall, actually. I feel like I'd heard another one, too. Because I, funny enough, had read Brian Head Welsh's book in, like,
before or after he left the band?
When his book about being a Christian and leaving.
He was leaving the band.
Yeah. Because my church rented it out.
It's like, I had to, first reason I left the band, the name.
Yeah. Couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then you go, what the fuck's Limp Bizkit mean, bro?
I mean,
we know we heard.
We've heard.
We know what we heard. Is that it?
I mean, circle jerks are just the more on the nose version of the same thing, I guess, right?
Yeah.
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 So. Yeah.
They're just, I mean, you know what the queers are up to. They're telling you right there. Fucking circle jerks. Who else you got that's you're just like, what's up with this name, bro?
I mean, there's anal cunt.
Well, you know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. That's always the one. Like, if any, like, shit band names come up, no pun intended, anal cunt is the one. I guess pun intended, but. Yeah.
I was in a band called Anal Christ.
Oh, right. Yeah. You told me that before.
Every time I hear that name, Anal Cunt, I think of Anal Christ.
You're
Anal
like,
Christ
come on,
days.
man.
Shout out Jody Black.
I think I remember seeing some of your stuff when you were posting that back in the day, because I guess that'd be the only reason I'd know that. I don't. Ain't no Christ. Yeah, I went to church there.
The Church of Anal. Christ. There
I
you
seen
go.
a sermon there once.
It was pretty good. That was a little bit too wild for me though.
A little bit.
I was okay.
Yeah.
I was okay with the snakes, but when they brought out the strychnine, I said, "Fuck that,"
The Flavor Aid was a bit too far when they were wanting everyone to drink that.
I don't know. A good cult leader. We need one of them. We ain't had
We got a
good
friend.
We ain't had a good Jim Jones in a while.
Shut up.
In Atlanta? What, we need a cult leader in Atlanta?
Yeah, why you up to it?
What would a cult leader entail? What are the
In Atlanta?
requirements?
Well, I mean, I think it all,
I don't even know. Do we want to go here?
I think the one
Depends on the kind of the cult. Do we
Yeah,
want to go
that's
here?
true. You got to
Yeah.
establish the cult
Yeah.
goals.
well, first of all, being a cult leader doesn't seem to be too bad, because number one thing
Big
that they
band.
all have in common is they get to fuck everybody's wives.
See, that's where I think we're getting into territory.
But that they all do it. That seems to be the qualification.
Well, see, we have a friend who wants to start a cult, and that's not part of it. He just doesn't
Okay,
want to
what's
work. He just doesn't want to work anymore. It seems.
Yeah.
His cult is anti-work.
See, I don't
That's
always-
actually a good cult.
He wants to set up a community where everybody's doing everything, and he just kind of hangs out.
See, and that's what happens. But then,
Yeah.
then they get drunk with power.
That-
They're
yeah.
like- and then it's like, hey,
I could see that happening.
I don't think any of them went into it and was like, I'm fucking all y'all.
I think a few of them went into it going, "I'm fucking all y'all." I would say so.
I'd say 99%.
Yeah, I would say most.
Yeah, but how can you plan such a thing?
Oh, I don't know if they necessarily planned it, but I think the intent was in their heart.
God, because I mean, I go out to bars as a single man all the time, and the intent is there, son. And I can't get nobody to drink my Kool-Aid.
Oh man, I'm so sorry for you.
So I'm saying, hook me up. Can I go on tour with y'all?
We had a single friend on tour, and he did not do well either. So I don't think a group of men in relationships is the way to go.
Well, I don't think grindcore, nasty, smelly bands are the place where hot chicks are like, can I get in there and suck y'all sweaty dicks? Oh, have y'all not shaved or bathed in about 5 days? This is nice.
Yeah, I don't think they're saying that.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not. That was the only solace I got whenever I was touring in relationships. It was like, babe, come get in this van. Just come step out of here and just let me close the doors and let you just smell this for a minute.
Oh my god.
Trust me, nobody wants this. Nobody
Really
wants
romantic.
Yeah, ever the romantic.
I was in a couple of those instances with previous girlfriends where like I would go on my first tours. They would kind of be like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous, and that was with even more niche music than this. At least like grindcore, sludge, death metal, whatever. That's all kind of like there's like fan bases there, right? But like the shit I was touring on earlier when it was like hella DIY and very just small. It was like we're 4 or 5 sweaty dudes playing to maybe 10 sweaty dudes. There are no women here. No one is thinking about. We're all tired and trying way too hard. No one's thinking about getting some right now. It's okay, I promise.
And the only girl that's there doesn't want to be there. Her boyfriend dragged her there.
I was gonna say, or she's running door.
Yeah. And she doesn't want to be there either.
Yeah,
Still.
no, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
She's done asked 5 times. Are y'all ready to shut the door down?
you can say that it was math rock.
Oh yeah, I just didn't feel like getting
I
into it.
know, but you can say that you were
Yeah.
playing math rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was. I've moved on.
It's okay, man. Math rock's not a crime.
No,
God, I wish it was. I would never have done that shit.
I don't know, man. That's one of those other ones that's so wide too. Because like Meshuggah, I consider that kind of mathy, and that
It is.
and Meshuggah fucks.
yeah.
They're dope.
First metal band I ever seen in person was Meshuggah.
Really
Yep.
nice.
I tripped balls and watched Dark Crystal and listened to I can't remember what fucking Meshuggah album it was, but we listened to it all the way through, and that shit started to
Mesh
like,
together.
mesh
Hell
together.
yeah.
We had to pause it like midway through because it got too intense. So we need to go outside,
yeah.
fucking smoke a cigarette, regroup, and
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Like, man, we fucking.
That's my favorite shit to do is just to get a little good and put on a movie and a record.
All of us were watching. We were like, "Are y'all seeing this shit? Is this happening?" Every single one of us were like, "Oh, this is too freaky. We need to go outside."
That's the best. That's the best. until it's.
Oh
not.
no, yeah. Then we kept on tripping. For
Yeah,
like,
hell yeah. And then you're like, cool, this
for
is
hours.
great.
It was like, all right, this is done. This
Yeah.
is good.
Well, seeing that I have no choice, I'm just going to keep on with this trip.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing else to do.
Third time watching Dark Crystal.
That's me with this flick called Mad God. You guys should check out. It's a silent stop motion animated flick that came out last year. It's by the guy who did all the effects in like Jurassic Park and stuff. And it took him like 30 years to make this thing. But it's out now and it's insane and it's really gross and put on like turn the sound off and put on like a Doom record and it's the best thing in the world.
Damn.
Yeah.
Mad God, is that what
Mad God. Yeah, it's awesome.
What's anything else cool that you're watching or anything else right now? Found before you are going on tour, what you've been?
Yeah, you watch more TV and shit than I do in terms of
You watching any of the
shows.
new Black Mirror shit that came out?
I watched most of it.
I watched all the original first 2-3 seasons, whatever there's been. I haven't seen any of the new stuff.
I haven't
but
seen any.
If,
of it
I
either.
like it. It weirds me out. So it
Gets a little too under your skin.
Well, yeah, I
Yeah.
need to take a shower after each episode.
Certain ones definitely. I remember from the OG season. I haven't seen the new stuff, but certain ones from the original run definitely were just like, fuck, man, that's a little too close to home.
Yeah, it's done very well.
Yeah.
Like earlier we were talking about
Can't
like
binge that
Hereditary
show.
and stuff like that.
No.
A lot of people are stepping up the game with fucking
Making you feel uncomfortable.
making you feel really
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
It's
The world's
good.
just becoming closer and closer to real life
Lynchian.
psychological horror movies.
That's
Seriously, man.
that's we're so desensitized. I mean, everybody's having this conversation right now, but
Mm.
AI is on the brink of going crazy. That's what everybody keeps saying. Aliens are real. They've completely and nobody could give two fucks.
Nobody gives a fuck
about
the
any
aliens.
of it. They're just like any of it.
I was freaking out the day of the hearing with a friend. We were texting back and forth, being like, "No, nobody else gives a shit, but you and I are now talking about aliens existing, and this is crazy that we're having this conversation, and nobody gives a shit." Wow, it's insane.
I don't know.
I'm fascinated by it.
I'm super
personally.
fascinated. I
Yeah.
have been forever. Our band, the same footage and stuff they just released, our band would go on tour. We would do our own homework individually,
Yeah,
gather
yeah.
our own stuff, burn DVDs and shit. And then when we would be in the van, we would watch it and be like, here's what I found. Here's what I found.
Hell yeah.
Project Blue Book, blah, 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 all this crazy shit. And a lot of the stuff that's been coming out in the last 2 or 3 years, we're like, dude, that's old shit. We seen that a long time ago. So I'm just so stoked to be seeing that stuff. But I don't know what it's going to take for people to give a shit. E.T. is going to have to come home down here and straight up be like phone home in your face
Yeah.
to get people to give a shit.
Truly, because at this point, nobody, I mean, rightfully so, nobody trusts anything that's coming from the government. So the biggest thing that I'm hearing is that this is a smoke screen for other shit. And I'm like, yeah, sure, fine, whatever. But at the same time, they're also confirming it's real. So whether it's a smoke screen covering something else out, it is
See,
still
that's my point too. Is
stuff
like,
going
if
on.
you think about it further, like, oh yeah, those whatever. What do they call? They don't call UFOs anymore. What do they call them?
UAPs.
These UAPs, yeah, they're off planet and all this stuff. And people thinking like, no, there's a cover up. It's still the technology where did the technology
Exactly,
come from?
exactly.
Even if they are ours and these are rebuilt ones that you're starting to fly
Yeah.
now, the technology.
How did you figure it out? Where did it come from? You've
Yeah.
said it hurt people. It's killed people. It's fascinating. Shit's crazy.
I just love.
You know any of this? You pay attention to any of
I
this?
don't give a shit.
Yeah, he's like, file me
Could
into the
not
not
be
give a
asked,
shit.
dude.
Are
Sure,
you?
whatever. Aliens are real.
He's too busy on TikTok.
That's not even a little true, man.
I know you're not on TikTok. That's not
Not
true.
even a little true.
That
He's
shit's
like,
so-
you're dreaming, buddy.
so
That's fair.
unbelievably wrong.
That is fair. He does not. He is not on TikTok. He's actually not really on social media that much.
You lucky dog.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
effort. I have to try.
You just play video games.
I have
instead.
ADHD, man. I can't get caught in that content hole of just like
Well, it's not.
endlessly scrolling 5 apps. It's gonna fuck my
Well,
brain up.
they stepped up the fucking algorithm in the last couple of years. When I guess I don't do TikTok proper, but if you do any other social
Reels
media,
on. Yeah.
it's the same
Yep.
fucking thing. And the way that stuff work is, it's the devil's dingling, man. It gets you.
Well, yeah. You sit there for like
Well,
45 minutes.
Because you just every swoop and you're programming it. And he liked that for 30 seconds. He liked that for 5. He didn't like that. Oh, he literally liked that one. He clicked, and it's just spoon feeding you what you want.
I got mine
Even
pretty
if you-
crazy.
I have to throw my phone away away at times. I catch myself especially
yeah.
on times when I'm not doing much and I have a slow paced day when I know I need to be proactive and do things. Oh yeah, you'll catch yourself off in the hole, off in the hole.
It's not worth that vicious dopamine cycle, man.
But sometimes you see like a really old person doing something real crazy on camera, and that's what I live for.
Or a cute little dog video, bro. Dude, good dog video gets you through half the day.
I watch
man.
a lot of old people eating dinner.
We're not going to talk about Christian's dinner
Yeah.
YouTube video search history, dude, because I've already heard the stock, and
It's crazy.
We're just gonna. It's not worth it.
People eating dinner, are they choking on it?
It's like no, we're not gonna talk about it. It's the most boring, mildly entertaining.
What?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
like banal thing. It's,
Yeah.
it's so not worth.
Where is this feed
clarifying.
at? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, there's one. It's I mean on Reels. There's some like just random people that pop up that I've liked them enough, so now they come up a bunch. But like on YouTube, there's like this old guy from Tennessee who eats frozen meals and tells stories from Hollywood, his Hollywood days. Yeah.
I'm still in a bit of a. How does your algorithm find this? I mean, what else are you doing to get you here?
I think it started genuinely. I think it started by watching videos of old people poorly sing songs, and then it led me to them eating dinner.
So when did your fascination of old people begin?
Probably over the pandemic. I would say the algorithm went that route over the pandemic.
Like, where did all the old people go?
Where'd all the old people? Oh, they're on YouTube
They're
now.
on YouTube.
They're on YouTube now, eating Hungry Man dinners. It's fascinating.
Hungry man.
I'm just fascinated that you're fascinated. I'm trying to do.
They seem like very nice people.
I wish I was a way better at fucking digging on people as an interviewer. I need Howard Stern right now.
This is a rabbit hole I haven't heard of.
Yeah.
I really haven't
fair
heard
enough.
of this.
Yeah,
Rabbit hole. I've heard of a lot of
desperately
different rabbit
wanting to
holes, but
cover up. I don't want to entertain.
Yeah.
We're not letting that head get big over old people dinner. It's gonna be something else.
There's this guy though who claims to like chug beer. That's his whole shtick, but he's like really bad at it. So half the time he just like drinks a 40 over the course of 10 minutes, and while eating Slim Jims.
And constantly talking about how good he is at drinking beer.
No, constantly talking about people, all the haters in his comments, telling him that he sucks at what he's doing.
All right, now I'm getting it. Now this dude sounds like he fucking rules.
Yeah, but that's the guy. That's the guy that I sent to a lot of my friends because he ate a sandwich in a really peculiar way for 10 minutes on camera.
That video is funny.
It's very funny.
I will concede,
but
that
it
one's
is
pretty funny.
it is a solid 10 minutes long, which is a commitment.
To keep it short, it's because he like is so aggressive.
He eats it very aggressively, and there's styrofoam underneath of it that he keeps biting into.
Yeah,
And it's
pecking at it like a bird.
He's pecking at it and dumping shredded cheese and dressing on top of it, and then eating it. It's wild. And this is the same guy who claims to be able to chug
that
beer, and he
video
sucks
is
at it.
interesting. In all fairness,
Yeah.
that's the only one that's like this guy's fucking weird. Why is he? It's. I think it's just observing someone eat. You never think about how you look when you eat. You're always like, I'm fucking hungry. I'm gonna eat. Nothing else matters unless you're
this
like
guy-
uber self-aware and self-conscious. But watching someone else eat and being like, he is really doing, he's filming it, but he's doing it alone. And then you go, this guy eats so fucking weirdly. It's not normal. It's just off.
In fairness, these old people that I'm watching eat also eat like weird recipes that they claim to love. And I'm just like, this food looks disgusting.
I fell into it. While you're talking, I fell into an old guy who just films himself eating stuff. But there's a swing. He eats. Here's a fucking Carolina Reaper. Here's two fucking.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, here's some pepper sauce. Here's that.
What's his name? Duet Boomer?
I don't know, but he's always got like a random product placement out in front. He's like he's doing it
WD-40.
in his WD-40.
WD-40, yeah, dude.
That's hilarious.
Oh, he has a crazy voice. He's like, and now I'm gonna eat this ghost pepper.
Mama Liz's chili sauce.
See, somehow I've
Like, he
not
makes
seen
some
this
weird
guy.
noises, man.
He's gonna be dead soon.
Well, yeah, he's going to keep
man,
eating
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
There was that shoe nice guy
Oh yeah.
who would eat and drink what the fuck. I'm surprised he didn't drink a bottle of bleach on camera.
I saw him smoke like a habanero pepper, like
yeah,
a
like
bong.
from a bomb. Oh, dude. Just getting that in your eyes, you'd fucking want to kill yourself. Yeah.
How do y'all do with hot stuff?
I love it. We both really like it. I physically, it really wrecks me. So I have to be mindful about when I'm doing it, when I'm eating it.
You're lucky. I'm looking around here. It was down here forever. I've kept it, and we've hit it a couple times. Even Jay, when the last time
I think
he was,
is it behind the computer now?
oh, Jay's like, no,
I see. I think I see it.
Is it? Oh, no, it's not. It's not. I have a bottle of Da Bomb
Oh
from
shit!
the
Yep.
Hot Ones show.
I've never had it.
Me and Jay,
It's rancid.
me and Jay, it's not a flavorful hot sauce. It's
Not
totally,
good.
it's totally fucking some shit that needs to just be sold at Spencer's and call it a day.
Yep.
It's a novelty, but it's an experience to say the least.
See, the last time that I tried like an Uber hot sauce was a couple years back, like just to taste it, not to like eat it. And I had to go home from where I was at because like I thought I was gonna throw up because like I could handle the heat in my mouth, but like it wrecked my fucking stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was adjacent to somebody who experienced that. Pre-pandemic, it was at a show at the bakery. There's actually a shout out to our good buddy Connor Ray at Sobeck Sound. He's the guy who recorded our debut record. Really, everything we've done so
Brief
far.
Tethers out on Terminus Hate
He,
City and Familiar Face Records.
No, he. We were at a show together. I can't remember if we were playing in our other band or if he was doing something and I was just there. By any means, another friend brought like a bag of peppers from work
Mm-hmm.
and was like, "Do you guys want to eat one?" And Connor loves spicy shit too.
Oh wait, I've heard this story.
And he was like, "Yeah, I'll do it. You seen, do it with me." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not gonna eat this whole pepper right now. It's gonna
Do you know what kind of peppers they were?
I don't remember what it was, but it was so. I made the right choice, and I still commend Connor because it was funny and brave. If not stupid, it was still brave. He ate like the whole thing, and I think within 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, puking like outside the venue. And I was like, "See, I took like a nibble, I think." And I was like, "All right, yeah, this is pretty hot. I like it. I'm not eating more of it." But he like one shot it, like he just downed the whole fucking thing.
Just went for it and paid the fucking price.
He was sweating. I think they might have been married at the time. His partner, who is his wife, she was like comforting him and
Oh,
helping him while
patting
and being
him.
like,
He's just
"I told
sweating.
you not to do it. It's okay. Do you want me to get more water?" It was really funny. So it didn't happen to me like it did with Christian, where he ate something too hot and puked or had to leave. But I did watch it happen to a friend, and I was like, "I don't know why you did this at a show, because you still got like 2 hours you got to be here. You're like running doors, I think." Like,
Jesus.
I would not.
It's
I would be chilling.
It's crazy
I
when
was.
you taste stuff that's hot, especially I don't like hot stuff at all. And
Oh,
just
you
to
don't?
think some fucking people like this shit.
I dig it. I like it if it's flavorful. I don't like heat for heat's
It's
sake.
got to be like tasty.
Even
Yeah.
then, I mean, and there's sometimes I punish myself if the flavors are, because I'll give you that's
Yeah.
everything. But even still, it's just like
Sometimes it's not worth it.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't like it when a bitch puts fingernails in my back, no matter how good the sex is either. I don't like mixing pain and pleasure.
Fair enough.
I'm pretty much aligned on that shit.
All right.
So that's but going back to the bomb, there's no redeeming factor about it. It tastes
I've
like
heard
it
that,
tastes
yeah.
like mercury.
Tried it.
A dab felt like it punched me in the face, literally.
I've had that twice, and I hated both times, and I didn't want to do it the second time. I wanted to do it the first time. It was with my dad, right at the end of or out of high school for me. He just heard it was one of the shittiest, hottest hot sauces out there.
Let's give it a shot.
Yeah, and he loves hot shit too. I get my enjoyment of spicy foods from my dad. And he was like, "Let's do it. Let's try it." We both tried it. I was out for like an hour. It sucked.
Did you do a big?
I didn't do
big-
anything crazy, but I did, we definitely didn't do like the we're scared but we're gonna do it. We did this is probably gonna suck, but we're gonna do it amount of sauce.
An admirable amount.
Yeah, and I was
really.
like, all right, I've experienced that. I'm never doing it again. That was
See-
kind of the point. And then like 2 years ago at a fucking Christmas party or a Thanksgiving or Christmas, like with friends, they were like, let's hang out, let's do it. Let's bring a bunch of hot sauces. Oh, I brought the bomb, by the way. Guys, let's all do it. And I was like, no fucking shot. I'm doing this shit. I've already done it. I want out. I'm like, and then I peer pressured myself in, or they peer pressured me, and I was like, fuck it, I'll do it fine. And it still sucks. That was almost like 10 years after the first time I had it. And I was like, yeah, this is still ass. This
Speaking
sucks.
of your dad doing, that's the reason I have my bottle. I was joking with somebody at work and we were talking about it, and I said, "Watch this." And I pulled out my Amazon and I changed the address and sent it to my father
Oh, my
on purpose and told him, he called me. He's like, "Hey, what is this?" I said, "Oh, it's some hot sauce I bought."
Feel free to use it.
Exactly.
Oh,
and I was like,
no.
I accidentally sent it to the wrong place. And I just told my buddy when I ordered, I was like, wait a couple days and I'll have a good story for you.
That's messed
That
up,
is
man.
so funny. That's
And
so
it-
mean, but it's so funny.
It worked flawlessly.
Hell yeah.
Because he called me up and said, what the hell is this hot sauce? He had already tried it. He didn't even wait for
Yeah,
permission
yeah,
and
yeah.
know about it because I'm a junior too. So a lot of times when we have mail that goes to wrong, we'll open it, not realize
Yeah, yeah.
that it's the same
Makes
name.
sense.
And then, but he went ahead and got him some to taste, and he's like, I've had about my fourth beer and this shit's still on fire.
God damn.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I need to try it at some point. I am glad that you don't have it right now, though, on you. I got to admit.
This would be the worst time to try it. Trying to
I would
talk-
probably shit myself.
Tapes, go grab that hot sauce.
Yeah.
content, dude. Content. Come on.
It's on the
Reddit.
counter.
We need content. Someone's got to have a problem.
Really, right across from the refrigerator.
If I'm doing it, I'm taking a little baby dab.
Oh, dude, dab's all you need, man.
Well,
This is better than fucking shampoo. You don't need it's like a
God
dime,
damn.
do you? You don't even need a dime of this.
No, you don't need a lot at all.
and people take bites of
No,
people
and that's
eat
the
a
other
whole
thing.
wing of it.
Some people like I have a friend of mine, Spirit. The reason it's up there instead of down here, we were eating something. He was like, "You got any hot sauce?" I was like, "Just that. You don't want?" He was like, "Go get it." And he was fucking eating on it. He was like, "No, it's hot." Like,
That man's tongue is fucked. It's got to
He's
be.
just going
He can
for
handle that shit like more than like a small bite's worth.
I don't think you can find it. No, the other one. Do you not see any other?
Nah, that's it. That's good. That's
Hey.
fine.
Nah, don't let him.
That's fine.
It's all right. We don't
We
wanna-
got to go on tour. I can't risk this of my throat. And
I have
stomach.
actually. I've been getting into making my own hot sauce. I haven't really done it in a second, just because life's been wet and wild. But
The batch you made that I tried was really
I've made a few small batches because I just wanted to. I wanted to for a minute.
a thick, chunky clot
Yeah.
hot sauce.
Clot
I actually,
sauce, yeah.
I
Clot
actually, we're probably gonna jump on the bandwagon and make hot sauce merch at some point because I was like,
Inspired by Slug
okay,
Crust,
I'm learning
for
like
sure.
maybe for him, but
For me, yeah.
Take it easy there,
yeah.
fella.
Don't speak for me, man.
Actually, the Chariot's the first band I ever saw do hot
Really?
sauce. Yeah.
Guarbecue, Guar
Oh,
Yeah.
at
Barbecue?
Guarbecue. Dude, the Guar had Guarbecue sauce, Guada, their own bottled water, Guada.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I've still never seen them live. I really need to.
What?
It's a
Yeah,
fucking.
I've never seen Guar live.
it looks really fun, but I've just
And the
never-
one tour that like would have
prioritized
been
it.
perfect, they toured with Every Time I Die one year, and I didn't go to that fucking tour.
I feel like I probably did. I've seen them 10
Yeah.
times, fucking 15 times.
A
It's,
dozen times. I went to the barbecue festival.
oh, you went to a
Guar Fest,
barbecue?
was it?
Yeah,
What's it called? Barbecue or Guarfest?
barbecue.
Okay, yeah.
When did you go to that?
I went. Damn, probably like 6 or 7 years ago. It was cool.
Was it one where they
it
had
was
like a-
them? I Hate God played. Against Me played.
Oh, word.
Kind of random line, very diverse lineup. I was up in Virginia to see Black Sabbath, and then it just so happened that the barbecue thing was going on at the same time, and so bought tickets for
Nice.
that too and hung out. But it was an interesting experience. I'll say that.
They got their own bar up there too, the Guar Bar.
I-
Hell,
did you
I've
go to
heard
that?
of that. Yeah.
I didn't go to that. They had some after or pre-party. I can't remember what they had. They had it going on there, but I didn't go. So I can't say. I know.
We went out and we were out in Dallas for Ozfest back in like 2008. It was the only a single date Ozfest year they were doing, but it was in Dallas, and then like the big after party was at the clubhouse, Diamond Vinny's strip
Yeah.
club, and it was the greatest weekend of our lives. Everywhere we had nosebleed tickets for the show. Everywhere we walked, our band had on our wannabe Black Label Society colors and shit. So everywhere we went, people thought we were with the show. So just basically security guards just like getting out of our way, like literally
yeah.
like, hey, get out of the way, they're coming. That type of scenario happened like 3 or 4 times. We showed up the day before, set up all the gear with some of the skate park people that were doing shit there.
Yeah.
And then fuck, my stoned ass forgot what I was leading into. What you said that was why I was bringing this story up. Fuck. I did what you didn't want to do.
Was it Guar Bar? What are you saying?
Oh,
We're talking about Guar Bar and then
About getting too stoned and browning out.
barbecue.
yeah, browning out. Yeah. I don't know.
I
It
found the
don't
right
matter.
medium immediately and was like, all right, I can chill with this.
I seen you right when you did it. You were like, that'll be enough of
I'm
that.
good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, you made it. You're good.
I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, living the dream.
Fuck, I can't remember what that story where I was going.
It was going. It was trucking.
It was, man.
Yeah.
It was
You had something.
okay.
there.
Yeah. No, I got it. After parties, crazy shit you weren't able to do. So we're getting let in everywhere. With their, oh, your tickets are shit. Go all the way to the front of the stage. Oh, you want to come in and it was at Pizza Hut Park. It was the first Pizza Hut in the nation that had a full bar on the location.
Hell yeah.
So we went and hung out with them. And they're like, oh wow, y'all are here early, and we're like, yeah. And they're just like, y'all want free drinks on the house? By the end of the night, we're bartending and pouring our own drinks and fucking with customers and shit. So then
At a Pizza Hut.
at a Pizza Hut that's on the same property as the giant stadium and shit.
fucking
Pizza Hut
wild.
I'm
Park.
jealous. That's a great
Yeah,
story.
that's crazy.
No, then the next night after Ozfest is over, the after party is at the clubhouse. And we roll up there and it's fucking people are pouring out of it. And as soon as we walk up, security does, hey, did Vinny give y'all his passes before he passed out? He's a wreck. And we're like, no, we didn't answer the question right. We could have went in for the after party and fucked it all. That was the only miss of the whole fucking thing.
Oh, damn. I was going to say the highlight was still probably for us, the Pizza Hut. Because that's cool as shit.
No, it really was. And they said
Running the Pizza Hut.
well, they had told us that they were going to do that around the nation, and we kept on bragging about that forever. We went to first, get ready, it's coming.
It's
Pizza Hut with a full fucking bar, bro. It's fucking coming.
That's hilarious.
And now we have Lloyd's at least.
Like, find me at the Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Find me at the Hut.
I'll be at the Slut. Come on down.
Get you.
Have you guys ever toured through Texas any?
No, we're hoping to this coming year, though.
I'm not even sure if the clubhouse is still open since Vince passed away. I don't know if they kept it going or not, but that was the funnest fucking strip club I've ever been to in my life. It was 2 stories, all just fucking rock and roll chicks. The whole place was like a Hard Rock Cafe full of Pantera memorabilia. It's all
Shit.
all their shit
Yeah.
and fucking cool stuff. BYOB.
Interesting.
Oh, wow.
That was legally for the
Yeah.
area. That's what it
Wow.
had to be. And you fucking suitcase fucking beers in there, come rolling in with 2 cases, tip them by and they had like a couple VIP rooms. But yeah, fucking give us a room for whatever, $500 for the room. Here's our booze, and they come in with the fucking like athletic round containers, like your footballs full of ice, and just there's your, and you dump your booze, your handles of fucking shit, and you just stuff.
It's wild that it would be more legal for it to be BYOB rather than just serving alcohol in the establishment.
Fucking
Laws are
Laws are
ridiculous.
still. There's
Yeah.
just, it's some uptight motherfucker was like, y'all got pussies and titties hanging out in there, no booze,
But you can bring it.
but you can break. Yeah, exactly.
like it's
Exactly.
like it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like you can't make money off of it, but you can still consume it.
There was
It's
a
very bizarre.
restaurant when I was a kid that was a catfish restaurant down on the lake. That was an awesome place we'd go to. That was the same thing, and it breeds a good time because that strip club and that restaurant, everybody be just fucked up out the frame.
Yeah, that's fair. That's the whole point, right? Is when you go,
Yeah, why would you go to a place like that?
that's BYOB and not get fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't got to sneak it in this time.
Exactly. I know back in the day when I don't drink anymore, but when I did drink, if I went to like a BYOB place, yeah, I was bringing as much as I could, make sure it lasted through the night.
I wonder if you're underage and you bring your own in, do they still check you? If you look close enough, you know what I mean? What if that's a good sneaky? But you're underage, you already got the booze, you don't need to go anywhere.
That would be, yeah, you'd be shooting yourself in the foot if you did that, I think.
Sometimes you got to be
But at the same time,
thinker, Sid.
kids-
Think, Sid.
kids are stupid, so
I was
I was
stupid.
very stupid as well. So
Did y'all get busted doing anything with y'all bad kids?
I got arrested for trespassing.
Well, that's not that.
Like
bad.
we were underage drinking and swimming, and actually the Bellevue Quarry in town. This was when I was like 19, 20. Yeah,
Just take you to jail, call your parents, type shit.
pretty much. Was there for 14 hours, Fulton County. It was fun. It was a good time.
I didn't. I did like
You fucking
I
nerd.
did like
He was an
I did
angel.
normal like
fucking
I did
nerd.
normal rebellion shit, or maybe even like baby rebellion shit. Like my parents and I, for a variety of reasons, didn't get along. So it was that. It wasn't like I think I was too much of a nerd. I was literally too
It's a-
lazy. I
it
was
was
always
a
like, I
good
could
thing.
go do some shit, or I could just brood in my room, listen to music, fuck off, play video games.
I was very straight laced.
Teenage
in high school.
angst kept
Yeah.
you out of trouble.
Yeah.
That was me in high school, and then in college, I said fuck it and started drinking and having a good time.
And I'm still in a metal band. It didn't fucking work.
Yeah,
I wasn't scared out.
we're
of it.
still fucking
We
nerds.
still do this shit. Well, that's being in a metal band kept me out of tons of trouble. I remember.
Oh, it's keeping me sane these days.
Well, fresh out of high school and being from a rural area, there wasn't much to do. So all the kids that stayed at home, that didn't get a job, that didn't find a path of some sort, even the kids that had potential, got on fucking drugs, become alcoholics. We were on the road, and believe it or not, nobody ever walked backstage and was like, "You want some meth? Here's that big bag of cocaine." It just never happened to our band, and then you become full adults and you look back and like, well, we dodged that bullet.
Yeah.
All right, let's just keep
No
rocking and
Dewey
rolling.
Cox stories.
Do what?
I said no Dewey Cox stories.
No, dude.
You don't want this shit. It sounds like I
No,
do.
no part of this shit.
well, we always smoked pot like a fucking chimney, but that's
Yeah, that's
don't count.
different.
That don't
That's
count.
That
the
doesn't
only
count.
thing that's ever been offered to me at a show. No, outside of like booze and weed. Nothing
Someone asked
else.
if I wanted to smoke out of a skull, and I said sure, and then they said next time.
Oh, what is that?
And I was just like, all right.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah, it's like, all right, whatever, man.
We were in Alabama one time and just smoking pot with a fan after the show, and he's like, "Man, y'all are awesome. Y'all are awesome. Y'all from Atlanta? That's good. Y'all got that good dope out there. Got that good meth out there, don't you?"
Oh shit! And you're like, oh damn.
So the time's like, "All right, well this thing's cashed.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Yeah.
finish loading gear. We're gonna."
Man, we're tired.
We are so
Y'all haven't
tired.
played
And then
yet.
you guys
We're
just
so
go sit
tired.
in the van,
Yeah.
and he's still just standing out there.
I met a lot of weirdos when you're broke and trying to smoke a little weed backstage or out behind a venue. A lot of weirdos. One guy one time was telling us, he was like, when you get a fresh bag, like a fresh ounce, and you pull out a couple of those real good pretty buds and you eat them, and they fucking give you that flang kind of feeling, and we're all just like,
No.
No, not quite.
have you
No,
ever?
I don't know.
Have you any of y'all ever like? Did it getting pulled over, but have you ever ate a decent amount of raw weed?
Nah, never.
No, dude, it ain't no. I did, like I said, getting pulled over, freaking out. This motherfucker's talking about eating it like crackers, bro. Just-
Oh
Yeah.
my god. No, not done that.
Yeah, I'm glad I've never been.
I guess you would get off on it though. I mean, it's once it gets into your system,
It's got to do something.
it's a hell of a way to get it in there, though.
Yeah.
You gotta eat a lot though.
I feel like,
a
yeah.
fucking ounce or some shit.
Well, I mean, would you? You think? I mean,
But what did it
I
do
feel
to
like
you?
if you ate a quarter, it'd be.
I don't think I really noticed
Can't
it,
even
but I
think
was
of it.
already.
Yeah, I mean,
You were
what is
already-
the?
I was-
Yeah.
I'm already a smoker like that, and we talk about it all the
Yeah.
time. Me and Jay, when I eat pot, I don't get off on it.
I'm noticing that's for me as well. I just get sleepy when I eat edibles because I smoke.
I think when
a
me
good
and you
amount.
met, we had this conversation.
Yeah, I love them, or I loved them, and now I actually just got some and I ate them, and I was like, oh, this didn't do anything.
Yeah.
I just got really sleepy,
I literally ate 1,000 milligrams.
and it didn't do.
I was talking to my friends. They were like, "You sure?" And I was like, "I don't think so." But I had also smoked at lunch and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "I should be. It should 1,000 milligrams is not a I think so conversation."
Yeah, you should be like in the catatonic.
Yeah.
like just like zonked.
But what the funniest part about it though was I ended up on a fluke deal. We got off work early that day, and everybody's like, "How'd you?" Because I ate it at work, being big dick, fucking proving a point. I don't get off on edibles. I'll even eat this at work. And
You proved it.
But I called them at about 5, 6 o'clock in the evening and took a picture. And I was on an airplane heading to New York, and was like, "We decided to go to New York."
You're like, maybe it kicked in a little bit.
That's what everybody was like. "I thought you said it didn't kick in." I was like, "Well, she's been bugging me to go anyways," and I've said, "I want." Funny joke, just good timing.
I did something similar with shrooms once. I set aside a whole afternoon to just trip a little bit. Didn't want to like go crazy, but just a little bit. And so I ate some, waited an hour or two, nothing happened. I ate some more, just like nothing's happening. Like this sucks. So I just felt like a little stoned. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to this show I wasn't planning on going to. I went, had a good time, came home. The next morning I woke up feeling like pretty hungover, and I was just like, huh. Maybe those hit a little harder than I thought. And then I was like looking through my phone, and I had like multiple videos that I had no memory of taking of the trees in the wind.
Oh, shit.
And me just being like, breathing. Like just take it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, I think those shrooms hit a little harder than I thought they did.
Full mouth breather.
Yeah.
One of the best trips I ever had was with my mother, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, my mom was cool as shit. She's passed away, rest in peace, but she liked to party. That's what got her. She OD'd. She liked to party, a little hard. But yeah, I made some Kool-Aid, and she was like, kind of busted me. I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, Mom."
Yep.
And she was like, "Well, okay." I don't know if she did it that time, but one of the next times she went ahead and had some with me, and I was at her place, and I remember getting bubble guts hit, and like, "Oh, I got a shit," and going to the bathroom, and she lived in this old apartment, and it had these like cool ass 70s tiles that had these weird bubbles like patterns all over them. And then when I went into the bathroom and sat down on the toilet, those bubbles started
Hell yeah.
popping everywhere, and then wood paneling walls fucking started breathing.
Yep.
I started freaking out. I was fucking, come here, help! No, never mind, don't help.
Yeah, wait, I'm in here taking a shit.
But a good trip whenever the walls start breathing and the trees start talking to you and shit, man.
Trees, man.
I ain't had one of those in a long time.
Me neither. I haven't done shrooms in a minute. Actually, that was my last time, and that was probably a year ago.
You ever do any DMT?
No, the hardest thing I've ever done is shrooms.
See, DMT's like salvia. Remember when that was a hot thing about 10, 15 years ago?
Oh yeah,
I
knew people that had like bad times on.
No,
salvia.
it was not an enjoyable thing. It was the only enjoyable. If it's not enjoy, it was fast.
Okay, I did. Yeah, I did.
You had a decent time.
Smoke salvia when I was in high school, and
It hit you
got a
hard.
crazy, like deliriously laughy. But
Word.
that's a
It's
thing.
close enough.
I
Close
don't-
enough to a thing.
I experienced where I like time traveled and went into to the mall at my house, and it was Christmas time. Just all the decorations you'll have at the mall,
Right.
how malls used to be. Now they're desolate. But and it was like I spent considerable amount of time there, and then also seen a podcast. Ari Shafir, he went out for 15, 20 minutes with a group of friends sitting around, and when he came back, he said, "I just lived a 6-month life with detail, and when I left, I was eating dinner with my new girlfriend, and I just came back with y'all."
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, that's what salvia was. DMT isn't that. The only thing I'd say is that how fast of a takeoff, and it takes you up really fucking far, farther than you're used to going, really fast, and then down pretty fast. That's the similarities between them two. But DMT, you just start seeing sacred geometry everywhere. Colors start going everywhere. You fucking see somebody's soul.
Oh Jesus. Yeah, I don't know if I need to see someone's soul at this point in my
Especially
life. Especially
if you look into a mirror.
Oh God, no.
Oh, then you see your fucking soul,
Yeah.
or lack thereof.
Looking into a mirror. Yeah, no, thank you.
Oh.
No, thanks. That's not an ego death I
You
need
don't
to
do
have.
that. I mean, you don't look into a mirror when you're tripping.
No, you're not supposed
Yeah.
to. At least I have, but
I'm gonna look in the mirror tripping.
no-no.
I'm gonna look in the mirror tripping and
It's a
say
no-no.
Bloody Mary 13 times.
I thought it was
Oh
just
man, you're not
3.
gonna have a good time.
Yeah, you're gonna have a really bad time.
You go ahead. I will not be right there with you, standing next to you.
I thought it was just 3 times.
Yeah, I thought it was just 3 times. Why are you saying it 13?
I thought it was 13. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I just remember
She's like, it's overkill. I'm not going to that guy. He wants it.
he
too
wants
bad.
it to. No, I
Yeah.
didn't want it. My older cousins would throw me in the bathroom and do it and lock me in there and hold the door shit.
Dude, I don't think I've ever successfully done it because that shit always scared me growing
It's
up.
dude, you're 7 years old and your cousins are all 13, 14.
Yeah.
It's scared the ever living shit out of me.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever stood in a bathroom and Bloody Married it. That sounds wild.
Couldn't.
I've never stood in a bathroom and Bloody Married it. I've never BM'd in the bathroom.
There I was.
There I was.
Well, I think that that's one that we'll just probably roll out on.
Hell yeah, that works.
Got the new album coming out. What's the album called?
The album's called Grief Tethers. It's out on all streaming platforms now. You can get the vinyl from us. We got tapes as well. We'll have CDs and
Yes.
ton of stuff coming, patches, all of that good stuff.
CDs are coming in, and patches should be in like hopefully in the next couple weeks or so. Give or take, maybe we'll see.
Beautiful.
Fucking A, right. We're going to have links and shit down in the details. So check these guys out. Check the album out. Stream them. Do all that good shit. Support everything THC's doing.
Hell yeah.
Come out to a fucking show. That's even more than anything. Just go out to a show. Go get kicked in the head in the pit and have a good time.
August 31st at the Earl.
August
THC
31st.
presents.
You heard it, folks. We'll see y'all then.